Ladies and gentlemen, I am Rick Fleming, your West Shore Senior High School principal, and as the head Wildcat, I am proud and honored to preside over this commencement ceremony. I wish to briefly welcome you and ask that you now turn off all electronic communications and refrain from using any type of noise-making devices during our ceremony. Now, I ask that you all please rise in honor of the West Shore graduating class. The reciting of our pledge and the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, everybody. Please rise for the presentation of the colors, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. Please remove your hats. All members of the armed forces and veterans may render the military salute in the manner provided for the individuals in uniform. Please remain standing until the color guard exits the hall. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Good evening. My name is Coco, and I'm honored to present to you all our respected dignitaries. First, we have the Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Leading and Learning, Dr. Stephanie Sullivan. Since 2017, Dr. Sullivan works closely with the district's middle and high school students, aiming to amplify college and career readiness opportunities for the diverse group of learners in Brevard Public Schools. Dr. Sullivan served as a principal of Cocoa High for 8 years, previously working as an assistant principal at Cocoa High and Southwest Middle School. She earned her doctorate in education from the University of Central Florida, where she also earned her master and bachelor's degree. Next, representing District 3 of Brevard Public Schools, we have school board member Mrs. Jennifer Jenkins. She was elected to the school board in 2020 after previously working in public education for 6 years. Here to recognize the Associate of Arts degree recipients, we have Dr. Holly McKnight. Dr. McKnight currently serves as the college-wide department chair for behavioral sciences, education, human services, criminal justice, and crime scene at Eastern Florida State College. Dr. McKnight also had a student of her own graduate from West Shore. We also have formal physical education instructor, Dr. Gregory Eller. Mr. Eller graduated from Silac High in 1981 and then proceeded to earn his Bachelor of Science in Physical Education from Florida State University and then his Master of Arts in Physiology from the University of Central Florida. As one of the founding teachers of West Shore, Mr. Eller taught many physical education classes and was also a middle school track instructor until he retired from school last year. Mr. Eller enjoys FSU athletics, fishing, camping, spending time with his wife Carrie and their 3 children, Grant, Taylor, and Drew. We have former math teacher, Mr. Steve Thomas. He has been in the district since 1999 and retired from West Shore in 2020. And last but certainly not least, we have an empty seat in remembrance of the late Mr. James Melia. Mr. Melia was the heart and soul of West Shore for 7 years, serving as assistant principal. He was known for his saying, "Kids do not care about how much you know until they know how much you care." Sadly, Mr. Melia passed away before the 2013-2014 school year could commence. Tonight, we honor him and his dedication to West Shore, as his memory will live on forever as a West Shore Wildcat. Thank you and have a great evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking Crystal Coco for our dignitary introductions, along with seniors Lance Stern, Warwick Floyd, and Victor Liu for playing the national anthem. I'd like to give Lance a special shout out, as he has been the voice of the Wildcats, reciting the pledge each morning, followed by his patented Wildcat roar. Give Lance a round. I also ask that you join me in thanking Patrick Space Force Honor Guard as they depart the building for the presentation of the colors this evening. It also gives me this great pleasure and opportunity in this venue, to thank all of our men and women in uniform. Would all of our military, active duty, retired, as well as law enforcement and fire personnel please stand? Thank you for protecting our country, our kids, and our communities. At this time, I'd like to invite our board member for District 3, Ms. Jennifer Jenkins, to the podium to say a few greeting words. Ms. Jenkins.
Good evening. So I know you guys can cheer a little bit louder than this. I want a little more energy in this room because I heard you guys had some cheerleaders go to nationals this year. So I want to hear a little bit more cheers in the audience. Yeah. There we go. It is an absolute honor to stand on a stage with some of the highest performing scholars in the nation. I want you to take a moment and encapsulate how you feel about yourselves right now, how proud you are of what you've accomplished, how excited you are for your future, how your family and your teachers are feeling about you today. Nothing can take away this feeling from you. Today we celebrate your accomplishments and successes, but I want to speak about challenges that may lay ahead. I'm going to share a story tonight I haven't really shared about myself publicly. I was born and raised in a borough of New York City, and a few months after I was born, my mother was diagnosed with a debilitating disability. My father, a new law enforcement officer, suddenly found himself working overtime, overnights, sometimes 2 and 3 jobs to support our family. As a teenager, I begged to get a part-time job to contribute, but my parents insisted that school was my job, my only job. They instilled in my brother and I that our priority was our education. It was expected that we graduate college, preferably with a graduate degree. So naturally, I was accepted into a well-known business school in Manhattan, and I saw my future. A boss lady, a CEO with a fancy briefcase on Wall Street. But it was just a few short weeks before classes began when my parents dropped a bomb on me. They were moving to Florida. And because of my mother's health concerns, I made a rash decision to attend the only school I applied to in Florida. It was a difficult adjustment. I was lonely. I missed the only home and friends I had ever known. I was anxious, sad, probably depressed. I was resentful. I struggled to get to class, to perform academically, to find a real joy and passion in my education. I was embarrassed and ashamed, and I didn't want to tell my family that my job, my only job, I was failing at. I eventually had no choice, because I failed out of college just after my first year. And in that moment, I felt like the ground beneath me was crumbling, that this was a moment that was going to define my life forever. Well, it did, but not in the way that I thought it would. My parents had made a deal with me. If I would complete my AA degree, I could go back to New York. So I enrolled in Brevard Community College, and I packed my schedule with over 24 credits, filling it with classes that had zero interest to me, no common theme, just to get out of here. Yet, you see, little did I realize that what I envisioned as the ground crumbling beneath me was actually the birth of stepping stones. One of those random classes was an elementary education course that would change my life forever. It was a class that I met my now husband in, but a class that I had my first volunteer experience in a Title I school. It opened a passion to the world of education, creating a foundation where I find myself with all of you here today. There may be failures that attempt to define you. There may be obstacles that try to make it difficult to remember the feeling that you're having right now. But they will not defeat you. Because no mistake holds the power to define who you are and who you become. When you feel like you have failed, like the ground beneath you might be crumbling, I want you to reach down and pick up the broken gravel. I want you to wrap your hand around it, allow yourself to feel all that you're feeling in that moment, and push through because you are strong, important, and valuable. And then I want you to take that gravel and place it in front of your feet, one by one. Because it too will become your stepping stones to a pathway forward through whatever difficult situation you find yourself in. Because by holding on to that gravel, you will remind yourself that you always hold the power to define who you are and where you're going. Talent and luck are convenient, but resilience and determination ensures success. West Shore, class of 2023, I am so proud of who you are today, but I cannot wait to see who you become. Congratulations.
So before we begin, I would like to say a little prayer to all of our comprehensive high school brethren out there that's having graduation outside this evening. I hope the weather holds out for them. So just making sure we really do that. Good evening, respected dignitaries, families, teachers, students, staff, and friends of the Wildcat Nation. I wish to now formally welcome you to this exciting moment as we gather here on the 23rd day of May, 2023 to recognize, honor, and pay tribute to our West Shore seniors. Commencement is the culminating event in the young lives of these amazing students you see seated behind me. It brings together the hard work and dedication necessary to get to this moment, combined with a well-deserved recognition for a job that was indeed well done. Before we move into the program, I'd like to recognize and thank a few people who are very instrumental in putting this event together and who have had a significant impact on the young adults on the stage this evening. Please first join me in recognizing our administrative staff, our Assistant Principal for School Operations, Ms. Catherine Halbier, and our Assistant Principal for Curriculum Instruction, Mr. Glenn Webb. While I'm on special recognitions, I'd also like to call out one senior in particular who worked closely with Mr. Webb and who was instrumental in putting together our new and improved graduation program. So I'd like McKenna Slaughter to please stand. Let us applaud you for once again raising the bar for West Shore Wild. I'll also add, if there are any mistakes, it's his fault. He knows, Mr. Webb. Ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you, from the time I was a little boy, I always wanted to be a teacher. Until I had some kind of out-of-body experience and became a principal. In all seriousness, I so admired my teachers for their knowledge, their wisdom, their unconditional love and support for all of the students under their care. Times may have changed a bit, but my admiration and appreciation for teachers has never been greater. Because so many are here tonight to celebrate the momentous occasion for our seniors, I'd like all of our West Shore teachers and all teachers out in the crowd to please stand and be recognized, all of them. There is certainly a place reserved in heaven for all of you. Finally, I would like to thank, honor, and applaud our parents out there, for you indeed are the unsung heroes who have in many cases fought the seemingly endless household battles of homework, service learning requirements, play practices, capstone projects, concerts, athletic contests, senior boards, college applications, deadlines, scholarships, and the list goes on, and every one of you know what I'm talking about. It has been you, ladies and gentlemen, the support network in the lives of these seniors that have set a solid foundation at home, which not only carries us to this moment, but obviously sets the stage for a lifetime of success. I wish to also thank you once again for choosing West Shore and for allowing all of us the opportunity to share in the education and development of these fantastic young adults. Before highlighting our seniors tonight, I must apologize to all of you in attendance for having this ceremony on a Tuesday night, as we have historically been able to do this on a Friday. Contrary to what you may be thinking, that Mr. Fleming has gone nuts, the story is that as fate would have it, in state statute, due to seat time requirements for students to receive academic credit, seniors are not allowed to graduate more than 5 days before the end of the academic year. Therefore, when I gave the seniors the choice of graduating this coming Friday, which is the last day of school for everyone, or the earliest possible night being tonight, well, minus the few choice words I got back from them, I'll let you guess what they chose. Now, about these outstanding West Shore potential graduates you see behind me, as I often joked with them, we loved them so much I could always make sure they were half a credit short of graduation to keep them around another year. That didn't go over so well on that joke. So anyway, in all seriousness though, the big day has finally arrived for them. And for all the parents out there that were at our senior parent night back in mid-August, you may recall that I told you this day would soon come. And enjoy every minute of their senior year, because it very well could be the last time you have them in your home. And that's kind of bittersweet, I know that is. As they cross the stage tonight, I ask that you take a moment, really take a moment to look back and see and soak up the journey from infancy to adulthood. The time they uttered their first word, the first day of kindergarten, the loss of their first tooth in grade school, the beginning of middle school, and yes, even driving for the first time, which you may or may not want to forget. Poor attempt at humor, I apologize. All of these reflections are powerful emotional memories and milestones in a life journey leading up to this moment this evening. Once again, the reality check is here for all of us tonight as the bittersweet thought of them leaving West Shore settles in. As I gathered them backstage this evening and nostalgically looked upon their faces, I saw and felt their excitement, their hopes, their dreams, and their vision for their future. And ladies and gentlemen, I am truly inspired. They are ready. Seniors, you sacrificed and overcome many challenges in your academic careers, and I feel compelled to share a story with our guests here tonight of some of what I shared with you at senior breakfast a few short weeks ago. At the breakfast, I asked the seniors if they knew the precise distance of a marathon. After a long pause, which I was puzzled by, Ms. Feldbush, our college coach, who by the way has run 3 marathons, quite impressive. After a long pause, she piped up and said 26.2 miles. After making the simple analogy and rather cliche statement that their journey was like a marathon and that they were at mile 26 with a .2 to go to the finish line, I reminded them that their marathon was nothing but traditional. You see, for them, around mile 18 or 19, this dreadful spectator known as COVID came out of nowhere and punched them in the gut, making their journey much more difficult and challenging. The irony is that as difficult a challenge as this was, they didn't complain, they didn't quit, they didn't give up. Quite the contrary, they showed tremendous resilience and grit in their collective attitude during this journey, and is and was an inspiration to all of us. You, my seniors, are the next great generation. And as you've often heard me say in and around campus this year, others only wish they could be 2023. I'm happy to report that the class of 2023 once again raised the bar in all areas. I'm confident that they're ready to face the world's challenges with a drive and determination that will most certainly serve them well. So significant and profound was their collective effort that they once again led West Shore to a number 4 ranking in the state of Florida out of 2,200 high schools. And there's more. And they were ranked number 55 in the nation out of over 23,000 high schools. So tonight we celebrate 138 West Shore graduates. All 138 of them will be earning the Diploma of Distinction honor, which includes academic accelerations, volunteer service, leadership verification, and the crowning achievement, successfully completing the senior project. We have 21 valedictorians with a perfect 4.0 unweighted GPA. 125 are honor graduates with a 3.5 or better GPA. 14 of these students are National Merit Commended Scholars, and 7 are National Merit Finalists. These 7 are representative of being 1 in 15,000 out of 1.5 million internationally with their performance on the SAT. "100 of the 138 earned Bright Future scholarships, with 69 earning the full academic scholarship and 31 earning a medallion." Congratulations. 56 of these students are advanced placement capstone candidates, having taken the AP Capstone Seminar course as juniors and the AP Capstone Research course as seniors, all while concurrently taking 4 other advanced placement courses of their choosing. With an overlapping list, 75 of these students are advanced placement diploma candidates, having taken and passed 6 AP courses in 3 different academic disciplines, using both sides of the brain, folks. 6 of these students are Eagle Scout status. Many of these graduates completed 1 or more dual enrollment courses while at West Shore, and 9 of them attended college full-time during their senior year as early admission students, with all of them earning their Associate of Arts degree from Eastern Florida State College this evening concurrently with their high school diploma. And ladies and gentlemen, although we are still counting, I am proud to report that the cumulative scholarship earnings and offers for the class of 2023 of 138 students is $10,458,046. To the families out there, and I'd like to once again, please know, we as a staff celebrate this special day and special moment. We're once again very, very proud of these students. On behalf of West Shore, I again want to thank you for partnering with us in educating these outstanding young adults. It has indeed been an honor and a pleasure to have been in your service. To the class of 2023, I also wish to say again that I hope that this school year is rewarding for you as it was for me. I am certainly going to miss your smiles and our daily interactions. As you cross over from high school to the real world, know that we are counting on you as the next great generation of problem solvers. Always remember, however, that true leadership is action, not position. Whether your goals are monetary, intrinsic, spiritual, or other, please know that entering into the flow of abundance in life begins when exceeding expectations becomes the norm. You have a great foundation, and the rest is up to you. Good luck, class of 2023. May God bless you, your families, and your very, very bright future.
Hello everyone, my name is Max Aronson. It's my pleasure to now introduce our student speakers. They are students with whom I've spent the last 6 years working and learning, and I'm happy to say that each and every one of our student speakers tonight, Zach, Ava, and McKenna, is thoughtful, intelligent, and articulate. They're not invested only in their own futures, but also the futures of their classmates. And they ask to speak because they have a message that they believe is worth sharing with their graduating class before we say goodbyes and begin striking new paths. So please welcome our first student speaker, Ava Otter.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ava Otter, and tonight I would like to take a few minutes to talk about something that I've been reflecting on for these last few years. I'd like to open with the following quote. All grown-ups were once children, but only few of them remember it. The quote comes from a lesser-known French novella called The Little Prince. I realize there are many parents, teachers, and other grown-ups present tonight. However, I find that this message is still relevant to everyone. This quote resonated with me when I first heard it, and recently it has reminded me of something very important about the high school experience. Growing older is inevitable. It's not something we can change, and with time comes responsibility. Life itself begins to demand more of us, and now more than ever, as we find ourselves at the crossroads of adolescence and independence, we must hold on to this sentiment. I've had a lot of time to think about this, and I believe one of the biggest struggles a person will face as they get older is remembering what it means to be a child, especially for students like us. Many of us started our Wildcat journey in middle school. From day one, we were expected to achieve greatness, and as we moved forward into our freshman year, many of us found that school had lost its charm of curiosity and excitement, even for those of us who arrived later. Our workloads continued to grow, and our idle time began to shrink, and our mentors, peers, and parents began to demand more of us as the years progressed. Before we knew it, we had become young adults, and we were taught the importance of maturity. Sometimes it seemed as though the world had forgotten we were still only children, and of the far longer road to true adulthood that awaits all of us now. I think many people confuse the meaning of maturity with solemnity. I think it is believed that once you are mature, you cannot act like a child, but maturity is simply knowing how to act when other adults are in the room. I think that the biggest pitfall is growing older and is believing that you no longer need to have a childlike sense of wonder. Some may argue that there is no room for youthful behavior in a world of endeavor and efficiency. You must stick to your goals, and there's no room for error or distraction. I think that's where the most significant shift occurs when we age. As we grow older, we find ourselves surrounded by others who instill in us the idea that a naive enjoyment of the world is distracting and unsophisticated. It's immature. Except it's not. It's okay to have fun. Things only need to be serious when they have to be. All grown-ups were once children, but only few of them remember it. I'd like to add something else to this quote. In all my years at West Shore, I believe there are a few important things I have learned that I would like to share with the rest of you now. There is a difference between grown-ups and adults. An adult is simply an older child. A grown-up is someone who has forgotten how to enjoy life. There's always room to make time for doing nothing when you really need to. And sometimes you must push aside what is expected of you and cherish what is right in front of you. We all have to grow older one day, but that doesn't mean we have to grow up. Tonight we face the page that will turn us into the next chapter of our lives, one which will be far more difficult and fearsome than the last. It's not going to be easy. It never was. You may face loss. You may miss opportunities. You may discover ugly truths. You may be forced to make hard decisions. But for every loss, for every loss comes verity. For every terrible truth comes strength, and for every quandary comes improvement. But please know that the most important thing to remember is to preserve a childlike sense of wonder and enjoyment in life. No matter how hard it gets, no matter what challenges the future may hold, no matter how far you travel from here or to what extent you carry yourself and your dreams, do not forget how to see the world through the eyes of your younger self. Make the time to find shapes in the clouds. Make the time to daydream and imagine whatever you want. Make the time to laugh so hard that your stomach hurts, or to dance whenever you can't contain your happiness. Make the time to love your friends and family, whoever they may be. All of these are the innocent tendencies of a child that made the world so wonderful when we were kids. Never forget the silly things you used to say when you were younger, or all the ways in which you made your own fun. And never forget what the world looked like before you knew there were expectations. I believe if you remember these things, you can and will always find joy in the life you lead. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Zachary Zamis, and I'd like to make a speech about looking back with my fellow students. The first time I stepped on campus, I was in 4th grade, tagging along with my older brother for his 7th grade orientation. Back then it was just a building, brick and mortar, no more. However, as we entered those walls for our orientation at the top school in Brevard, we found both quick and slow friends through our baptism by fire as fresh-faced Sebbies. We have so many memories to look back on, such as our awkward middle school dances with cheap glow sticks, or WWE wrestlers telling us about friends in elevators. As we grew into sophomores, we celebrated an extended spring break, only to lose an entire year isolated from each other. When we returned, these walls we walked seemed different, as we saw not smiles, but masks. Yet our many times rescheduled winter formal gave us back some of the valuable time we had lost. Holding a blazing torch towards ingrained rivalry, we found sweet, sweet victory as we conquered Powder Puff not once, but twice. But for a class that has had such a profound impact on our campus, we were only getting started. Despite the hardships, we came together and beat all odds. So as I look around at my fellow students, I see our futures. Through the good, bad, and the ugly, I have hope for my fellow students. For my fellow students have endured. My fellow students are hardworking. My fellow students will shine. So now that I'm looking back, West Shore is no longer just a building, as I had thought as that 4th grade child. It is the place we have grown and thrived together. We will look back fondly, and should one of us see each other on the street, we'll know everybody wants to be 2023. Thank you, my fellow students. And as we leave here today, put forth our maximum effort and carry on the reputation of our year and each other forward. Thank you.
All right, like Mr. Fleming said, if the program is good, you're welcome, and if there's any problems with it, direct them to Mr. Webb. Thank you. All right, my name is McKenna Slaughter, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our class flower, if that's okay. What better flower to represent our class than the yellow rose? It is a symbol of kindness and friendship, and a gift to be given to show someone just how much they mean to you. In many ways, our class is just the same as the yellow roses we have chosen to represent us. Roses grow quickly and easily, provided they are cultivated properly. They expand to fill the space that they're in and bloom fiercely, filling the world with color. Yellow roses are perennials, meaning they live for more than a year. Just like us, they bloom year after year, weathering rain and heat. They hunker down during the hard times, knowing that when the storm clears, they will come out the other side stronger than before. Year after year, our class has toiled to understand that just as hard times come, so do good ones. Roses seem to have an innate understanding of this, that one needs to undergo rough weather in order to grow. Roses go best in soil which drains, collecting some minerals but letting others pass through. We are similar in this regard as well. Over the past 6 years, our class has learned which minerals to absorb, do your Murphy terms and questions, and which ones to let go of. Others want to be like 2023. As our class has passed through the past 6 years, we have become experts at this. We have learned through middle school and online school to now that we must take in everything we can. We have become vessels for information, hoping that only that we may take it with us when we bloom. I would be remiss if I did not mention that also like roses, our class is high maintenance. Roses require proper nutrients, careful pruning, and above all, near constant attention. If not given the attention they need, roses will wilt if they bloom at all. Their petals will go brittle and fragile, and their stems will lack strength. I am pleased to say that looking at the students on this stage, this could not be further from the case. Yellow roses in particular are rare. In nature, they're hard to come by. The typical rose is red, pink, or white, but our class has not chosen to be represented by a red rose. We have chosen an uncommon flower, representative of the individuality and achievement of each and every one of us. I believe it to be no coincidence that we have also chosen a flower which stands for unity, for care, and is a reminder of the things which matter most. I also believe it to be no coincidence that our class chose a flower with thorns. Roses refuse to be handled too closely, prickling those who dare to interfere with their plans. This closely mirrors the behavior of our graduating class, admittedly prickly and resistant to outside interference. Be it from teachers begging us to submit assignments, Ms. Feldbush pleading us to turn in college applications, or administrators yelling to finish our volunteer hours. However, just like the yellow rose, we have weathered the hard times, we have absorbed all we can, and finally, as we leave the home we have known for so many years, we may bloom, not as individuals, but as a field of beautiful colors. As we graduate, we take our first step into adulthood, and we are left to reflect on the children we once were not so long ago. In the spirit of this reflection, I will leave you with George Eliot's words when she said, "We could never have loved the earth so well if we had no childhood in it. If it were not the earth where the same flowers come up again every spring that we used to gather with our tiny fingers. What novelty is worth that sweet monotony where all is known and loved because it is known?" Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Isabel Miles, and I would like to introduce the Senior Swing Time Band. And the Swing Time Band is 4 West Shore senior students: Jack Zal, Grant Newcomb, Christian Garcia, and Nick Burmeister. They will be performing our class song. I would enjoy it if you would help us welcome them to the stage.
How are we doing, class of 2023? Yeah! You guys want to hear some music? Yeah! If you insist. We got Christian on the drums. Jack. Jack on the piano. Hey. And Nick on the trombone. All right, now we're here to sing for you Feeling Good, our class song. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonflies out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world, and a cold world for me. Stars when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know what I feel. Oh, freedom isn't mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
do I follow that? I think I'm just gonna sit back down. Three of them are humanities, I just want to say that. My name is Kirk Murphy. I want to thank you. I know it really is unusual. Teachers do not typically speak at graduation, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you tonight. West Shore's been a huge, huge part of my life for 25 years. This class has been a major part of my life for the past 6 years. And you are the final class that I will see from 7th grade to 12th grade. I've known many of you since 7th grade. Either as a middle school track coach. I still have a video of 3 of you at a track meet doing the floss. Obviously, the track meet was not that important. I've been a homeroom advisor. I can remember those first few months, those little, exuberant, loud Sevies invading my room and asking me all their Sevi questions. Through the years, I have taught you AP World, Honors World, AP European History, and Humanities. We've lost some along the way. We've gained others. I've watched you grow up. I figured it out. I've had over 100 of you in one form or another. But everything has been building to this night. Many of you are going to go on to university. You'll go on to college. Others are going into the military. Some of you may take a gap year or go to a technical school. But all of you are moving on. And that's what's truly important. You are moving on. You are leaving this school behind to take the next step in your journey. And that journey is unique to you. As cliche as this sounds, you are you. And that is something that no one else is. Tonight is yet another step in your life. It's a major step, but just one of the many that you will take. Let me try and give you some advice as you continue to take those steps in your life. And there's nothing golden in this. There's no magic 8-ball. There's no number 42. No meaning of life, the universe, and everything. You all know this already. It just bears repeating sometimes. So number 1, find the profession you love, and then love it for the right reasons. Now don't get me wrong, money's important and you need enough to live off of, but money is not the catch-all. You will probably work in your profession for 30 to 40 years. And if you are not happy or satisfied with your job, it is very hard to be happy and satisfied outside of your job. Money can buy a lot. It's just hard to buy happiness and satisfaction. Find a job that you want to do, that you actually want to show up for. A job that you really do not mind getting up for in the morning. Which brings me to number 2. Be yourself. Yeah, this doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want. You know, adults do not work like that, unfortunately. But when you look in the mirror, when you come home from work or school or whatever, you need to be happy with the person that you see. Now, I cannot tell you exactly what this is going to take. That's a step you need to discover on your own. But a few ideas. Be true to yourself, always. Be a good person and a good friend. Be honest and forthright. I know this is beginning to sound like the Boy Scout motto, I'm sorry. Figure out what makes you happy. Figure out what you need to have a fulfilling life. And this is not easy. It can take a long time to figure it out. And then it changes as you change. And that's another thing. Change. Growth should be a constant. Take risks. It is way too easy to become complacent. Don't. Always try to move forward. Always try to do things that take you out of your comfort zone. I'm doing one right now. Never stop learning. Treat people as you want to be treated. It is not that hard to be kind and decent. Consider other people's views and feelings. Compromise is not a dirty word. You do not have to agree with everyone and everything, but life is easier when there is give and take. Dance. Sing. You don't have to do these well, but life is so much better when you're dancing around and singing a song you love. Look at Grant. Number 3. There are not that many people in the world whose opinions should truly matter to you. In today's tech-happy world, it seems like we're searching for the next like or the next repost. That's not important. In your life, you will interact with thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people. And most of them are just not that important to your life. People who matter the most. Your partner in life. After you, their opinion is the absolute most important. Your family. But do not let them dictate what you do or who you are. Stay true to you. Your friends, and I mean your true friends. The ones who stuck with you through thick and thin, the ones who know you and they like you for you. Your boss and your coworkers. Now, you don't necessarily have to like them and they don't have to like you, but you've got to be civil. Their opinion is important, but you've got to work with these people. Think back to number 1. Most everyone else, they are not worth worrying about too much. There's no way to make everyone happy, and when you try, you tend to make yourself unhappy. My final thought. While it may seem odd for those of you who've had me as a teacher who do know me, as sarcastic as I am, as crotchety as I can be, I'm a softie. I am a romantic. I truly believe that there is someone for everyone. And if the pandemic has proven anything, we do need people. We do need friends. We do need people in our life. Everybody needs somebody. That person to talk with and be with in good times and in bad. Find that match in your life. Find your partner. Find the person that completes you. And I cannot emphasize this enough. The right person makes all the difference in your life. Life is hard. We haven't told you that one yet. Life is hard. It is so much easier to deal with when you have the right person at your side. Love. No matter who you are or what you are, love. Love fiercely. Love passionately. Love is blind. Love the one you're with. All you need is love. Thank you so much. Now let's get you guys graduated.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Melanie Richardson, and I am the class of 2023's class sponsor. It is my complete honor and privilege to be standing here before you this evening, and I just have a few short words before the class of 2023 graduates. For the past 6 years, every graduate here tonight has been a West Shore Wildcat. But what does it truly mean to be a West Shore Wildcat? Some may say it is having or learning the skills needed to achieve academic success, or being able to manage your time well to be involved in a multitude of activities. Others may say it is having the highest grades, the highest test scores, and never settling for less. But there is more to it than that. Being a Wildcat is about living life to the fullest, living life on your own terms, and always being true to yourself. It's about embracing your inner strength and using it to create your own unique path in life. On this stage this evening, there are 138 new West Shore graduates who all encompass that West Shore Wildcat spirit. I would like to take a moment to thank your parents. This group of students are the kindest, the most genuine, always so welcoming, and they have been so much fun to work with. They know how to embrace life to its fullest, and they never back down from a challenge. I have no doubt that they learned these life skills from you. So again, a heartfelt thank you. To the class of 2023, I know I have told you this before, but it really bears worth repeating. It has truly been an honor to be your class sponsor. Being a West Shore student means that you work hard, but it also means that you play and you laugh hard as well. And I can wholeheartedly say that you all know how to do all three of those things. I have enjoyed getting to know you and being able to greet you in classes and in the halls, seeing you shine in any of the activities you have been involved in, and working with you to make your junior and senior years at West Shore memorable. Though your first 2 years of high school may not have been what you had expected, I hope you look back on memories you made these last 2 years with fondness for years to come. To each and every graduate, I am so proud of what you all have accomplished during your years at West Shore, and I certainly look forward to hearing all about your future successes in college and after. Though I will miss seeing you on campus next year, your class will always hold a very special place in my heart, and I have no doubt that every graduate here this evening has a very bright future ahead of them. I am so proud to stand with you all this evening as a fellow West Shore graduate, and I look forward to standing and singing the Alma Mater with you. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Good evening. Wow. Good evening. Good evening. Wow, it's like we've been to a concert and multiple speeches today. So I know I'm here at the end, but I'm so honored to be here. Good evening. It's just a pleasure to be speaking here for the West Shore class of 2023. And it's been an honor serving as their class president for all of these amazing seniors on stage. I like that I am the last to come because I am their president, and although I may not give as emotional speeches like Mr. Murphy or some of these others, I hope I can give them one last piece of advice as they go out into the years to come, a quick insight as they can remember in their next adventures. And the one thing I would like to encourage them to do in the years to come is to contend with the sun. And that definitely sounds a little bit weird when you hear that at first, but let me explain. Over the past few months, I've been going to the sunrise every morning or every other morning. At first, it was more of a time just to prepare myself for the day or to take a moment to read or relax before the battles of the day came, or just to have some personal time to myself. Of course, the sunrise itself was beautiful, and as I came more regularly, I came to meet some of the regulars who would go in the mornings as well. And although I could tell you about them or talk about about new horizons or simply the benefits of waking up early, even for somebody like me, a night owl, typically, I'm more or less mesmerized by the process of the sunrise. Every single morning, and I've done a favor for y'all, I've kept track of what happens every single morning. The sun comes up, the waves crash on the beach, the birds sing their songs, and everyone goes on about their day. And I've earnestly kept track of this, and surprisingly, it has been the same every morning, except some mornings, the birds may sing a little earlier. It doesn't matter what I do the morning or day before, and it didn't matter what y'all did. It all stayed the same. It didn't matter if I had enough sleep the night before, if I'd done my homework, or if I did preparations for college, went out, went to Texas Roadhouse on Saturday night, or if I had robbed a bank. It didn't matter, because in the morning, the sun still rose, the waves crashed, the birds sang their song, and everyone else went about their day. In a sense, it didn't matter what I did or what anyone did, because the next morning the sun would still take its course. Although this shows that the spotlight is not always on ourselves, it also shows that there's nothing too monumental that we can do, that even the sun does not take its path across this vast sky. However, I do not look at this everyday routine as a pessimistic acceptance that life will eventually always take its course, that you can't make a change. Instead, much like this class, I'm a lot more competitive than that. Actually, the sunrise, more than anything, makes me a little bit angry and very mad. That's because somebody like the sun can get up every single morning and do their job without failure. Really, more or less, I look at the sun every morning and want nothing more than to beat the sun. And no matter what happens during the day, I will fly higher than the sun and shine brighter than the sun every single day I get in this short, very short life. The sun, to me, is my number one competitor. It is not the brilliant people on this earth or the strongest people who go to the gym every single day or the wealthiest people on this earth, but it is the sun. Because for as long as I'm alive, it will not stop doing what it does best, and nothing can compare to the sun. And nobody can stand in competition with the sun. At this point, when I see the sun, I simply see motivation and inspiration, a standard to which I must beat. That's what I strive to do every day. And something more inspiring, though, is that this class, West Shore, has beaten the sun year after year after year. This class has most definitely shown their light in one of the most unique ways and has been much more determined than the sun could ever dream to be. Now, it may be determined just to get through a day or determined to wait the last minute to do everything required of us, but we're all nevertheless determined. The class of 2023 has been one of a kind, has left a mark on everyone they've come in contact with. We may not be able to stop the sun, but we've certainly beat the sun. I hope as all of my fellow seniors go out into the world, that they will all continue to compete with the sun and conquer the horizon, as I know they will all do. I'd like to just briefly thank all of the West Shore teachers, administration, and staff that has poured into us over these past few years, and the parents who have dedicated so much to our success and so much to our lives. I'd like to personally thank my senior class for allowing me to be their senior class president, and I thank everyone for allowing me to speak tonight. Congratulations to the class of 2023, and let us go forth shining our lights brighter than the sun. Thank you. Now at this time, I'm going to ask my senior chorus members to please come to the front of the stage and lead us in an alma mater. I'll please ask all of our seniors on stage and all former West Shore alumni to please stand and join us as we sing our alma mater.
too. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, by the power vested in me and the authority vested in me by our superintendent, the Brevard County School Board, and the state of Florida, I have thoroughly reviewed the academic records and found that these students have satisfied the very rigorous requirements for graduation from West Shore Junior Senior High School. It gives me great pleasure to present to you the West Shore Junior Senior High School graduating class of 2023. Conferring of the diplomas and the presentations of the graduates will now begin.
Mitchell Cooper, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Isabel Miles, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate, AA degree. Faith Collins, valedictorian, National Merit Commended, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Max Aronson, valedictorian, National Merit Commended, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Ying Ting, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Layla Demardo, valedictorian, National Merit Commended, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Malvika Dika, valedictorian, National Merit Finalist, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Caitlin Jacobson, valedictorian, AP Diploma candidate. Caitlin Bonnie Jones, valedictorian, AP Diploma candidate. Peyton Capitos, valedictorian, National Merit Finalist, AP Diploma candidate. Matthew Crittinger, valedictorian, National Merit Commended, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Jacob McKernan Norano, valedictorian, National Merit Commended, AP Diploma candidate. Anthony Menendez Mendez, valedictorian, National Merit Finalist, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Aiden Myers, valedictorian, National Merit Finalist, AP Diploma candidate, AA degree. Izzy Pearson, valedictorian, National Merit Finalist, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Anil Rembrandt, valedictorian, National Merit candidate, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate.
Sophia Shafsma, valedictorian, AP Capstone, and AP Capstone Diploma candidate.
Ulrich, valedictorian. Lance Stern, valedictorian, AP Capstone, and AP Diploma. Madison Ann Allmeyer, valedictorian, AP Capstone, and AP Diploma candidate. Mateo Villanueva, valedictorian, AP Capstone, and AP Capstone Diploma candidate. Max Fu, valedictorian, National Merit Finalist, AP Capstone, and AP Diploma candidate. Abigail Watson, valedictorian, AP Capstone, and AP Diploma candidate. Andy Yang, valedictorian, National Merit Finalist, AP Capstone, and AP Diploma candidate. Darlene Gur, National Merit Semi-Finalist, AP Capstone, and AP Diploma candidate. Parker Gross, National Merit Commended, AP Capstone, and AP Diploma candidate. Harry Jasek, National Merit Commended, AP Capstone, and AP Diploma candidate. Zachary Daniel Johnson, National Merit Commended, AP Capstone, and AP Diploma candidate. Victor Liu, National Merit Commended, AP Capstone, and AP Diploma candidate. Param Murashi, National Merit Commended, and AP Diploma candidate. Taylin Tull, National Merit Commended, AP Capstone, and AP Diploma candidate. Stephen Tran, National Merit Commended, AP Capstone, and AP Diploma candidate.
Bianca Anita Albert, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Ava Otter, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Kellen Fitzgerald, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Warwick John Floyd, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Christian Melvin Calderon Garcia, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Natalie Maria Gardner, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Sasha Gerard, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Hendrickson Ha, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate.
Hicks, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Christelle Arkufa Akozwa Coco, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate, AA degree. Rita George Kanathapali, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Gavin John Lynchfield, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Jacqueline Loy, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Brooke Camille Lorigan, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Grace Elizabeth Andizi, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Hayden Thorner Miller, Melvin, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate.
Riley Elizabeth Ransom, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Mia Rosa, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Hannah Saleh, AP Capstone and AP Diploma candidate. Olivia Sherry, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Sebastian Christopher Sims, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Finn Steiber, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Aubrey Anna Jeanette Teglin, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Tyler Tucker, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Ritvik Varada, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Sky Veely, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Arushi Vyas, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Alexandria Wright, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Zachary Matthew Zamas, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Nathan Zeno, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate. Longji Zhao, AP Capstone, AP Diploma candidate.
Mateo Nelson Kimball, AP Diploma candidate. Tobias Conowitz, AP Diploma candidate. Brenna Marie Means, AP Diploma candidate. Omar Saif Mujib, AP Diploma candidate. Grant Joseph Newcomb, AP Diploma candidate. Cole Reckes, AP Diploma candidate. Rylan Rusky, AP Diploma candidate. Omar Soba, AP Diploma candidate. Shane Jarrett Winston, AP Diploma candidate. Rihanna Alexis Camilo, AA degree. Hunter Lee Delaney, AA degree.
Owen Piper, AA degree. Ajaris Rosario Espinal, AA degree. McKenna Slaughter, AA degree. Maxwell J. Wise, AA degree. Lillian Altman, AA degree. Hale Anderson. Sydney Taylor Ansela. Vance Atchison. Benjamin Bashwinger. Tyler Bridges. Tommy Brownlee. Chandler James Berger. Nicholas Burmeister. Jack William Bird. Ryan Canavan. Katrina Cara.
Nicholas Allen Catanero. Kaylee Chung. Gabrielle Cintron. Tyler Cooper. Adrian Dealer. Brooke DeLucia. Audrey Donna. Emily Doyle. Jackson Brady Ellers. Bree Nicole Emer. Anisha Gandhi. Declan Alexander Gardner. Lindsay Gill. Ryan Herberger. Cannon Hester.
Sabrina Himmelsbach. Jackson. Nathan Johnson. Sky Costa Kohler. Emily Laporte. Bryson Lucy. Angel Gabriel Lopez to Victoria. Mariam Mahmood. Lauren Mannix. Ram Amando Anda Marana. Pearson Malden. Ian Neems. Chloe Nowak Van Sant. Emily Marie Oliver. Bradley Oxley. Shayla Grace Regan. Brittany Nicole Rivers. Rega Russo. Eric Sands. Alice Shee. Madeline Surgeon Fry. Riley Stein. Mackenzie Sullivan.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you the graduated class of 2023.